All right. Do you ever see like any of the advertisements or like emails that the PAC will actually send out to students about like the current season of shows?
I get the emails. I don't really see many advertisements around the school or in like where I live. The other reason is I don't hear much about it. I never hear people talking about it too much, so I've never really had that much of an incentive to maybe visit it. And also, they don't have a very large time of operations, like it's only 12 to 5.
Now,
So.
what's the way that you think like the PAC should probably try to get that word out to everyone? Or to you individually?
Maybe they could have like teachers talk about it in their classes, like at like the end of their lectures, like, oh, if you're not doing anything on this particular day, you should come out and see blah blah blah, because that would definitely be a great way to, so you get for a variety of students to come out to these shows.
Do you get a lot of emails from a lot of random
Yeah,
people?
everything that's like through my school, like everything that I do for school goes to my purchase email. So I'll wake up with like 25 emails and I'll just clear them all.
What about the email doesn't really strike out to you? It's just the way like it's designed, or it's just kind of bland looking?
Both. You know, I mean, for a museum, something specializing in art in an art school, you think they'd have a more like catching email. So I don't know, maybe if they sent you like text alert or, you know, something.
Something more grabbing than just emails.
Yeah. It's like, instead of asking the students to come see their stuff, like the Neuberger first has to establish like its own relationship with the student body.
So they have to come to us.
Not so much, like us coming to them and them coming to us are two different things.
Maybe. Do you think the performing arts center is very popular amongst your conservatory, your major?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the playwriting and screenwriting students definitely, and among the theater performance and the acting conservatory certainly. Anybody in the performing arts, if you wind up at that space, you are in a professional space. It's usually from classroom settings. I hear about performances. From classmates, I hear about performances, and I'll go to see them if a classmate's in it. I don't know. I mean, engaging the students is difficult. You know, maybe if there was a Facebook page or a Twitter or something to follow, or even if they had an Instagram and took.
You think social media is?
Social media might be a better way to go, because if they, for example, if they had an Instagram and they took pictures of dress rehearsal or something and said, be sure to come out to our show this weekend.
We try to reach out to the students.
Especially if it's in your school email. If the stuff for the PAC is right next to the stuff for the health center, right next to the stuff for Student Affairs Digest, or the generated emails, the daily generated emails that students get, if they all come in together, it tends to
feel like spam.
Yeah, it feels like spam. It feels like people just.
And what's your relationship with the Neuberger?
I've been to the Neuberger once. I went for a class. I was in a class called West African Politics and Literature. It was interesting. It was very engaging. You know, it definitely brought. In the class, we read a lot about African culture, and then to go see some of the things that were described in the books certainly made it more engaging, made it more interesting.
Do you think if not for that class, would you have ever gone?
Probably not. Probably not. They would have alumni pieces, but if they were to have an exhibit space or a gallery space for current or past purchase students, and especially for visual arts students, like with the PAC, when you have a theater space that is a professional theater space, you can see yourself in the world of professional theater. If you're a visual arts student and you see your work in a gallery, you can see yourself in a professional gallery. You can see yourself in a professional museum.
My name is Faith. I'm a sophomore and I'm an opera major. Yeah, I've performed in the PAC twice, and I've done 2 performances there, and I've been doing a good amount of performances there.
And that's through your program?
Yeah, the opera program puts on. We do 2 operas there a year. I guess a lot of the shows that happen there are things that I'm interested in. Like, I like seeing classical music. I like ballet. I like stuff like that. Whereas I know some other people here aren't as into that. So for me, I think it really works well.
Like, do you feel like there's something that the PAC could do a little bit more better as an opportunity to reach out to yourself or the community of students?
I guess for like I'm already interested in it, but for other people, I think if they had like a Facebook page that you could follow, that because I feel like a lot of people just like overlook the emails, and whereas Facebook, it's sort of more in your face if you're like following the page.
Do you know their hours of operation?
No, just assume.
Wow.
It's during.
Tuesday to Sunday, and they're usually open 12 to 5.
Okay.
Does that surprise you at all?
Yeah, I thought it would be open later into the evening. I feel like it would be easier for me to go in the evening.
If the Neuberger was more open to like collaborating with students, like you said, like you have so many friends in the PAC where you're actively going to see their shows because of like word of mouth, I think the Neuberger should definitely open up their plate more to just allow students to put in their 2 own cents as well.
Definitely. I mean, they're on our camp. I know they're like separate, but that's the other thing. I feel like it's very separate. Or maybe that's just because I'm a music student, so I never go on that part of the campus.
For me, not to sound selfish, but like, you know, it feels almost pointless to donate to certain organizations if they didn't really have much to do with your rise to whatever job you may have obtained in later life.
Maybe, like Kieran said, I guess if they do something not really for me, but something that for everybody, you know, like something for purchase, something for the like students here, you know, totally. I mean, if I had the money, I would.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. If I knew that the money would go to bettering the lives of the students on campus, rather.
Probably
Organization?
not. I would probably not donate, just because I haven't. I like the space, and I think it's a very nice space, but I would probably not donate in the future, just because it's not something that I'm not from the area.
Right.
I'm a transfer student, so this isn't really home for me.
Yeah.
Do you think they should treat the students, though, as potential donors, maybe work towards building more of a deeper relationship with them?
It couldn't hurt. It'd be a wise business move to reach out to, you know, if they looked at the students that way, it would be smart for them. You know, it'd be a smart business move. But
And would you ever see yourself as a potential donor for the Neuberger?
No. That's just, no. I feel like if I wanted to donate to something, it would have to have made a really big impact in my life.